Welcome back. Happy Friday, everybody. We're getting back to it. We're going to do examples 8, 9, 10, 11 today. Sound good? That'll give you work time. We'll finish on Monday this section, and we'll do like a free response question, and then we'll do 3, 7, and then we'll take a quiz. So let's graph this equation and describe it. Again, we have everything going on except moving the midline, right? So let's describe the transformation and graph it. So there's 4 things happening to this graph. What are the 4 things? Let's go from the outside. Let's go from the outside and work inside. What does this negative do? Yeah, it flips it. It reflects over the x or the y. Yeah, reflects over x axis. All right. What's the 2 going to do? It's going to be my amplitude. So what do I call that? That's a vertical dot. Sure. Vertical stretch of 2. Could you have written vertical dilation of 2? You actually could have. I've both written. What's this 3? What's this 3 going to do? What's my period going to be? It's going to be 2 pi over 3. So what I do to my graph, if my period's 2 pi over 3, I compressed it. Compress of what? 1/3, right? Let's flip. Go bowl them over. Do that the hop one. Yeah. If you do A, you bowl 300. A for everyone on the quiz.
I have 5 for everyone.
Once I get more Kleenex boxes.
I thought you were going to say 300 for 3 months. $300 for 3 months.
All right. All right. Maybe the day before the next. I'll try to get some the day before the next quiz. I'll talk to my missus. All right. What is this? What is that? What's that do? Phase shift of right 2 pi, right? What else does that tell me? What's going to be my starting point? I can start at 2 pi. Now that's going to be kind of wild. This one I might have to work backwards if I look at my graph, right? But we'll figure it out. You guys are smart. We got this. We got this. So let's graph it. So I'm going to start at 2 pi. It's sine. So where do I start my graph at for sine? At 0, right? An intercept. Now if I go to the right, I would go down, right? I don't have anything to the right. But you understand that if I went right, I'm going down because of the reflection. So I'm going to have to work backwards, right? I'm going to have to work backwards. What's my period? 2 pi over 3. So if I go over 2 pi over 3, that's 1 pi over 3. That's 2 pi over 3, right? So what's going to be at that? This is another 0 because I'm going to restart, right? What's going to be over at another? Every 2 pi over 3 is going to be a 0, right? With a full graph, because that's my period. You know what I'm saying? Bless you. Now, for sine, it's this. Is it going to be a max now or a min? Min, because of the reflection, right? Set, min, intercept, max, intercept, right? So what's in the middle here? An intercept. Now, I'm shifting this over. From here, am I going to go down or am I going to go up from this one? Down, because it's negative. And what's my amplitude? 2. So I'm going to go down, oops, up, down, right? Would you agree all of these are going to be intercepts then? Because I'm just going to repeat the pattern. Oh, I can't see the screen. I can't see the screen. That's not bad. Phew. Remember, if I can draw one period of it, I just keep repeating it. Again, like if y'all can graph this, you can graph anything. That's actually not bad for me. Do you guys realize how hard it is to draw on the graph when my hand covers up the axis when I go to write on it?
Yeah.
I want to raise. All right, are we good on that? One example done.
Okay, look. Yeah, you do that right there. So
More graphing. Let's do another one. Ooh. All right. Let's take a look at these. What's this negative going to do? So we're going to reflect it. What's this going to do? What's my period going to be? It's going to be 6. How did I get 6? Because it's going to be 2 pi over 3. So it's 2 pi times 3 over pi, right? Multiplied by reciprocal. Pi's cancel. They like to do this a lot. Because in real world, with waves and stuff, are we going to measure in terms of pi? No, we're going to measure in terms of phi or time, right? So my period is 6. And what's my midline going to be? 3. Is that everything I need to know to graph this beast? Cosine is usually max, intercept, min, intercept, max, right? But what's that negative going to do? We're going to start at a min. We're going to go min, intercept, max, intercept, min, right? Because we flip it. So what do I like to do first? Have a cup of caffeine. I draw my midline in, right? Because the intercept means that's where it crosses the midline, not necessarily 0, right? Do I have a phase shift on this beast? No, so I get to start right on the y-axis. And I'm going to start with a min. Oh, my amplitude is 2, right? So that means I go down to -2, right? No, I go down 2 from the midline. Now, where's my n going to be? I take my period, right? And at 6, I need to repeat, right? Every 6, I'm going to repeat. Wait, they want me to do through 12, so can I just go another 6 right away? Why not? You know, I mean, put 1 every period. All right. We got that point? So now what's half of 6? So what happens in the middle? A max. So at 3, I go up 2, right? And then 6 away from that, I'm going to be up 2 as well. Every 6. That's it, right? Do I want these intercepts as well? Yeah, you do. What's halfway in between 0 and 3? 1.5. What's halfway between 3 and 6 then? Another 0.5. And from here, I just repeat the pattern. I should find my final I had to take for pre-calc that was graphing, because you guys could really easily do it. I got 10 and ice from right on the board. I have to. Oh, do you think I was? Oh, I need to find. I should probably put this work over here, right? It's here. Period, amplitude, midline. All right. This quiz is going to be so easy. I'm going to be embarrassed to give it, you know. I'm just kidding. There's about 4 questions that are going to really break your spirits, but that's okay. All right. This is where things get a little bit dicier, but you guys will be able to do it. How do I go backwards? How do I write the equation given the characteristics? Remember, we're thinking about this as A. Should I do it as AB? A sine of B times theta plus C plus D, right? Something like that. So where's my amplitude go? That's my A. So it's going to be 3. There's no flips. It's going to be 3 times sine. What's my B going to be? How can I find B? Well, 2 pi over B equals 2 pi over 3. Right? Yep. So what's B going to be? 3. Could I cross multiply and solve? Of course. Do you need to on that one? No, don't be a goofy gusset. Sorry for the language. So I'm going to do x or theta. What's this going to be? If I go right, it means it's negative. So my C is going to be negative pi over 3, right? Is there any vertical shifts? We done. We done. Dude, I really like this marker color. Brings me joy. All right, let's do it cosine. Same formula, just a cosine instead. Let's find our AB. It's as easy as A, B, C. That joke doesn't get old. Only I do. What's my amplitude? 5, so that's my A, right? So 5 times cosine. All right. I'm going to use a bracket this time just to be different. I got to find my B. So 2 pi over B equals 4 pi. It's going to be 1. If you see it, you don't have to solve it. It's 1/2, right? If you don't see it, cross multiply, and you get 2 pi equals 4 pi B, right? So when you divide, you get 1/2 equals B. Which makes sense because it got bigger. It's a stretch, so it has to be a fraction. So I'm going to put a 1/2 x. So that's my B. What's my C going to be? Positive pi over 4 because it's left. And then what's my D going to be? -2. Like that's it. That's as if they throw a reflection, you're still a negative in it, right? Yeah. That's it. If you can do that, you can do any of this. Phew. This is as difficult as like graphing trig gets for basic. When we get to story problems. All right, let's do one more. This one's going to give us a point, so I'm going to throw one curveball at you. But y'all can do it. All right. Sinusoidal. So could I actually write this as cosine? I could. Could I write a sine? Yeah, both work, right? There's actually an infinite number of answers too because I could just shift it like multiple ways. So when it says sinusoidal, it means cosine or sine. Which way do you want to do it? It doesn't matter. They're the same. Ooh. Let's do sine, so it's a little bit easier. All right. So I need to find my A, B, and C, and D, right? For my equation. What's my amplitude? That's easy. What's my B going to be? 2, because it's 2 pi over B equals pi, right? So what's B have to be? 2, right? So I know that. Now if I have the point 2, 0,
That's the starting point.
I'm going to... Could it be this? Doesn't give me anything else. So with sine, where does sine start? It starts at an intercept, right? Could 2, 0 be an intercept? So is that my starting point? So C would be -2. Could I have done this differently? Could I have treated 2, 0 as the middle intercept? Could I treat 2, 0 as the third intercept? Then I would just plug in the numbers and solve. Could I have done cosine and treated that like a shift over pi over 2? Yeah. But now why would I do that? The question was asked me for sine. I can treat that as an intercept because it just has to follow that the amplitude is at, the period is at, and it contains that point. Could I have treated that like a max with a shift? I could have. But why? Anyway, so if I do it that way, will I have a D? Nope. Is that enough information to do my equation? You bet, buddy. 2.5 sine of 2 x minus 2.
Doesn't matter if you use bracket or
No, this is more common to because then it's more aesthetic and it's less confusing. Something I want you to notice though that might come up. If you see something like this, are these the same thing?
Yeah.
So if you see something like this, you need to factor out a number and get that x, because that -4 is not a shift right 4. You have to divide it by that number in front, right? Keep that in mind. That's a really common mistake with all transformations. We did something like that. We did this in unit 1, but I'm just reminding you. So if you have sine of 4x plus 16, am I going left 16? No, I'm actually going left 4, right? You need to factor that out to know where it's moving. Okay? Just a reminder. That's it. Again, infinite answers. We'll do the back page on Monday. Look at us go. And you guys got time to start.